Okay, a touchy subject, and that's karma. Right now, we're talking about the karma of a particular op. And who I am talking to, this is an op. My throat has been tremendously attacked today, so I know this message has to get out. This op you were prepared for from your household. They are what do you call it? A duplicate or an archetype of one particular antagonistic, low vibrational male. The same energy, the same entity, the same type of perverse, distorted emperor energy can also present through a female. So whoever, I'm not even gonna limit the situation and blindside you. I'm gonna let you know it's a distorted emperor energy that can be found in either a male or female anatomy. But right now, there's an emphasis on a very aggressive, wanton male, a king of wands or an emperor, highly volatile and distorted, secret society attachment or coven attachment. This is a warlock. I'm hearing on the other side the Wicker Man. This is the Wicker Man. This is someone who is very much like Aleister Crowley. Okay, thank you. So, thank you is very Aleister Crowley and coming in all races. My premonition that gives me a little bit more emphasis or emphasis on this particular goon who happens to be an alpha male. For the most part, largely, the physicality, irregardless of what earthly race they are, they have a thick, stocky build. Again, this is someone who was in your home. This could have been a sibling or a father or uncle or a grandfather that didn't know how to keep their damn hands to themselves. They believe in incest. Very much Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley, if I'm not mistaken, published a book that covers the it's okay for a child to be essayed. You understand? Like, this is the type of garbage that the Matrix is pushing and cleaning and cleansing out to balance out the forces. Both forces must continue to exist or we cease to exist, y'all. So evil is always going to be there. It's just what it is, right? So right now, even though this is a timeless read, we are in a time, and it's going to be more intensified, where there's two things that we need to do while their karma is being delivered. And we have to tread very carefully because these people know that they are exiting the Matrix. It's brutal. It's hell on earth. And this is what I'm talking about right here, as far as like two things to know. One, it is a time to just play out the clock like it's a basketball game and you already won. So stay calm, cool as a fan, gat in hand, but you don't want to blast your man, even though you can and you will, though, if properly provoked, and then you lose everything. So just don't, because the ancestors are in Hannibal Lecter mode. They will rat that ass for you without the repercussions that you would have to suffer, because we still reap what we sow. Even if we are provoked, even if we are legitimately protecting ourselves and our family, we have the right to bear arms in certain instances and things like that. I get it. But if you can just don't even engage. What are you engaging with? Somebody who is the walking damned, the walking doomed. There's no reason to waste your time, energy. Well, you got plenty of time. They are out of time. There's no reason to waste your energy, your precious energy, when you need to be facing forward. You need to be, this is you. This is why they got a problem with you. Look at this. Look at the lackluster, very lacking, very obsessed, focused on you. You the prize. And because of that, they have tapped into you and turned into an abomination. We know this already. We've covered that. But they are really focused on all this regalia, all of the chevrons, the ranking, the spiritual rankings and the earnings, and the fact that you are so motherfucking protected. Okay, there is a distance. They can tap in and everything, but when they go to send physical harm, threats, plans, plots, they keep failing. You keep getting around it. And that is, I'm preaching to the choir. This you already know. Today we want a little bit more to the story. We want an update on their karma, on this particular type of Aleister Crowley kind of character that's coming in all colors as far as like earthly races. But there's one DNA signature group, one point of origin in the heavens that they are coming in from in particular. There's an emphasis. You know what? Let me plug in my computer. I know it was so low because the lighting is dark, and I want you guys to get a good composite on this particular asshole that refuses to acknowledge that he has lost repeatedly. Because again, this is a huge hustle that the ancestors, the spirit team, period, and us, as we signed up for this a long time ago, so we really can't be too angry. You know, there's days that the wrath of God courses through our veins. That's going to be. But for the most part, as emperor gods, empress goddesses, when we're calm, we understand. And it's important to stay calm right now. For one, again, you're going to play out the clock on the you already won. You're on the winning basketball team. You already won. The champion is you, right? You've never lost. I don't care what appeared to have been lost in the past. This is a hustle, the longest hustle, long game hustle ever on the planet. So you've never lost. You always fucking win. You always transmute. You always flip it in your favor. They have become so obsessed because there was a time it looked like they won, that they was able to take from you. But no, now they're very ill. This particular individual I'm talking about, ill. There's gout, which is horrible, right? And for people who are suffering from any said diseases I'm going to pick up on and tell you about, there's plenty of innocent people who are suffering from this. I'm not taking away from that. I'm not being disrespectful. No disrespect, okay? But and when there's a backfire of energy that was sent with ill intent and it comes back to that person, Lord knows what's going on in their genetic code. The whole recipe for a perfect storm to brew in their body, whether it's an incurable STD or just incurable, barely treatable, just a terminal illness. This is for all the graveyard spell work, a lot of heart attack spell work, just a lot of willy-nilly nitpicking, wanton, just chaos. Because you're the symphony and they're the cacophony, right? So they went dabbling and didn't realize that you were the Trojan horse, aka bait, but Trojan horse. Bait is one thing, but the Trojan horse is crazy because, we're brought really into the inner core, the inner energies of our ops. And when they go and misbehave, when they've misbehaved enough throughout time and throughout all their incarnations for you to even cross their path as per destiny, divine order, divine providence. So it was already written, so it was already going to be done that you've crossed paths all your life with people who you were closing out their contracts. You was harvesting grapes for the wine press, the great rapture and the wine press. Okay, so right now we're going to talk about the karma, but we're going to go through a composite, and we're going to remember that you don't have to engage. You could just play out the clock. You're very protected. It is a Hannibal Lecter type time. Our ancestors, the whole spirit team is on right now. And people are froggy. That mailman, yeah, that he's been bought off. That's why you see him circling and all around all of a sudden. You keep crossing the same motherfucker's path. Okay? But there's people who didn't get to you today because of Lord knows what. Let's not something happened yesterday, something happened today, something gonna happen tomorrow. And it's gonna stay like that because this is spiritual warfare at a very apex, very climatic moment. And you got apex climatic predators that are exiting out and they feel like they ain't got nothing to lose. So they're gonna be more chaotic, more wanton, and more like volatile. If they can't get you in the 3D, let's try on the 5D, 4D while you sleep in the Sandman, all this stuff. They are adamant about doing this because they were so used to winning. Now, for the most part, what I'm hearing on the other side is that this particular DNA, now, normally, I would just be talking about the DNA groups in a very positive manner. They have a contribution to Earth, the compass. So the compass is giving me this is also a person who is in secret society or fraternal, very fraternal type of person who I'm talking about. A little bit antiquated, kind of played out. Okay, not hip with the times, and you don't have to be hip with the times, but don't be corn, not just corny, but just like a whole bag of corn, not just corn. Okay, that's what I'm hearing on the other side, corn. Connected to the Norse rune Othala, which is prosperity in multiple ways. Gifts are bestowed as a result of hard work. Blessings manifest as a result of not giving up. So flip this and have a distorted emperor, distorted king of wands in this energy. Doesn't want to give up, but should at this point. Travel abroad, travel north. Oh, you want to get away? You want to get away. You can't get away because you're very ill right now. So sat your ass down. Or in prison. That's what I'm hearing as well. They're already there. They're already in prison. Utilize employment fluctuation caution. So if you're coming from the Circenus point of origin, be mindful of employment fluctuation cautions, special care at work. Eclipses are a strength, clairvoyance, producer of creative works, completion versus collapse. So that 9 energy is with this particular individual. The compass, compassion for oneself and others bodes well. This person doesn't have a compass to use for compassion, to how to maneuver through destiny and move forward harmoniously. This person, they may be a Freemason, but that compass means something else to them, means to play God over you. Because they have knowledge that you have to be initiated in order to receive it without collapsing. Because if you get overloaded with truth that you was not ready for, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. When I say pretty bad, let's get a little bit more detail. If you get information that overloads you because you were not ready for it, and it's really unplugging you from the matrix, it's unplugging you from a complete and utter way of life. Be it toxic because it was not truthful, but this is all you've ever known, and then you find out the truth, and either you're going to assimilate, digest it properly, and move forward and become wiser without being too cynical or jaded, or you might snap and be like, what the fuck am I existing for? Like, this is what's important for people who want to, dive into the realms of manipulating energy like an alchemist, like a high priest or high priestess, a warlock or a witch, a babalao. A shaman, if you are not for this, then it's going to blow up in your fucking face. And there's some that's like, well, my father before me. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you. What about you and your Akashic records in your Hall of Fame? Your Hall of Shame, your Hall of Records. What about, your energetic code, your vibe? So when you start dabbling with certain materials, energies, meditations, astral projections into somebody who you should not have done this to, because they were purposely put in your path, a Trojan horse, because that's the end of time and space for you. So moving forward, y'all, like I said, play out. Now this is Corvus, so you can see with Corvus, very different facial structure, anatomy, everything. Very different contribution. But Cercinus, you can see there's a very distinct shape of face. I want y'all to screenshot and pay attention, because you're going to, whoever I'm talking to, whoever is harassing you, you already know this is going to just confirm up a storm what I'm talking about. They have a very distinct nose, only to Cercinus. So if you know who I'm talking about, just look at their image. They have the same signature ear. It doesn't matter, male, female, or whatever earthly race. This intergalactic race outside of Earth, here in the human experience, this is how they will look. Whether it's Asian, white, black, it doesn't matter. Who I'm talking about is this. Now, any of the points of origin, any zodiac sign can be arrogant, and there's a whole bag of fuckery that they get with arrogance, and if they're not tempering their energy. This guy right here, he's very arrogant. On the outside, puts on an act that he is a pillar of the community. He could be in any age, but there's some form of authority. He could be of the Aries energy, because I'm getting Emperor and King of Wands. Could be Aries, Sag, Leo. Could be Taurus with Aries placements. There is a Taurus energy here. He has a little beta. He's the alpha, but there's a beta that's both of these fools, these two, are in your energy, but we're going to focus more on that alpha. This is an actual, if you see on the thumbnail, you see his face. That's him in the clouds above my home. And this is him in some graffiti not too far. Yeah, there is a connection to law enforcement. The code that you're going to see to confirm this is any variation of 623, 236, 263, and so forth. Like, even 326, the official date of the COVID pandemic. Damn. It says, I know I'm being processed out. So this fool knows he's being processed out. He knows he's going to exit physically and spiritually, one way or the other. It will be brutal. So this is the beginning of the karma that we're talking about. Like I said, play out the game, because you already won. That's the one thing I'm letting you know full on. The second thing that I wanted to tell you about is, as we enter into the season of Cancer, we're now in the season of Gemini. So I'm gonna address the Gemini and Cancer energies within all of us. Take the fucking high road, please. No, don't be giggling and shit. I know all the Geminis is giggling, or you know what I'm saying. Y'all be like, no. Take the high bomba clot road, okay? Don't take the low road. For the Cancers, they have a cardinal sign. You want to take the road of least resistance, okay? Some people might be like, the high road is the most resistance. Absolutely not. The high road is the path of least resistance. It's faith triumphant over worry. Now, worry and fear will it'll give you a perspective. Whatever your perspective is what you get. Whatever you face is what you're going to receive. So if your perspective is based out of faith and based out of like just high vibration, like you're content with life, you're living in the moment, but you're preparing for the future, you don't learn from the past, you're willing to learn more from the past, and you have accountability. Without accountability, you're already fucked, because you don't have 360 degree, you don't have a panoramic, you have a spiritual spinal bifida if you don't have accountability. That means you don't see what's coming. The krakens that sent in your direction, you don't see what's coming. So all of our ops is already screwed, because they think that they can do the spell work and wear a couple of trinkets and do some kind of some kind of clever and little snazzy little spell work to protect them from backlash. But they have spiritual spinal bifida because they have no accountability, no remorse. If you have accountability, you know what's coming. You know what not to do to make sure that it don't come to you. But best believe it's coming. Without accountability, you over there cutting off your whole arm just to spite your pinky. You've been warned how many times and you won't set your ass down. So now, first level of karma we're talking about, the walking dead, the walking damned. There's a death sentence. And this is the kind of person, it says, I know I'm being processed because of the dumb shit I was doing. So just so I can make you kowtow and bow to me, control over your life. Cursing, this is one who likes to molest, that likes to essay violently. They are under doom and despair. Doom and despair. If they are in cahoots with law enforcement, I would suggest the law enforcement just drop, do what you gotta do and get the hell up out of here. We're talking about moral code, and who I am as a Trojan one. On one side of me, I will have gang, and other side I will have straight criminal. Gang, all of that. Crips, Bloods, all of them sit at the round table. Okay, this is just the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. As a medium, I'm going to break it on down. I'm going to report live from the firmament. So on one side of me, I have criminals, but they have accountability and they have a great heart. So if you weigh them out at the mod scale, they get to stay. Then you have those who are supposed to be the pillar of the community. Oh, that's our guy, that's our girl, with the damn badge, right? Or something of authority, something that is dealing with protecting or upholding law and order. But they got the most ratchet heart. They got authority they like to abuse. And they want to know why their megalomaniac ass is on the way out, horrifically. And that everybody will see it. So that's the one that you have to be concerned about. The fraud, the tepid. You carry the badge, you act like you're a pillar of the community, you act like you're a leader of a cult or a group or whatever, a conglomerate, a business, whatever you're the leader of, but you over there leading everybody to the bowels of hell, to the new VIP hell. And we finna look at a little bit more detail. It says in this one, I'll bring this to you a little bit more. This one particular asshole, stay stalking. What's up? What's up? And good riddance. You're so nasty. You're a nasty motherfucker. Now this is a rendering of him. This is the one that I'm dealing with. But this is a general read. There's a lot of these type of, mean, bully, like I'm a big dude or I'm a big female, so I can just wop, wop, and do whatever I want. I run you. You're so nice, damn it. You're so nice. Meanwhile, you being so nice and perceived to be so naive because you're focused on something positive. You're keeping your eye on the prize, on the bigger picture, and they're all up in your face, all in your neck, right? Obsessed with you, tapping into you, turning into the walking damned, okay? So, backfire of magic. Demolecularization ending in death, life-threatening, even liver failure, nausea, vomit, diarrhea. Diarrhea? Is that what we're talking about? Then he has this little asshole. This is somebody who is in law enforcement. Can be Popo, could be FBI, could be CO. They dealt with heavy spell work. This is somebody who don't mind tapping in and stealing from you. The heavy emphasis on them stealing from you, dominating you, sexually harassing you, assaulting you in the dream state, attempting to set that up for you in the waking state, the 3D. So let's go into their karma a little bit more in depth, okay? So I got the Revelations Oracle. That's this. That's where I got this from. This little card right here is from the Karma, nifty little oracle deck. Ooh, the Karma cards here have both good and some funky stuff in there. It's Karma, right? And it has a heavy amount of indication or elements of black magic being used against you, and what karma comes out of that. Okay, so I'm being told 3 positions, 3 cards. Every fit and put. Okay, so we have Papa Legba in a Sumerian tablet rendering. It says restriction, protection is a tupacalypse. Okay, so I'm going to explain that position. But this is about restriction is your protection. So obviously there's been, plots and plans on the 3D to either set you up to be, frame you for something you didn't do, or to do something horrifically in the street. And this is their common, I'm hearing comic. This is their common, like, one-on-one, the narcissistic personality disorder, cold-blooded reptilian type of person with no accountability, this type of asshole. They have like a play-by-play book. It's very predictable, their behavior. You're not predictable. They think you are. Okay, so now we have the Mothman, Operation Ashley. Okay, so y'all will hear me talk about Operation Ashley. Is to get you set up for something you did not do. A very heavy crime that will put you away for some time. This is really foul. This is really foul. Because they want to get out of something really, really desperately. They want to get out of something and they don't have the energy, the wherewithal to get out of the situation. They done pulled all these people in and they want to get out of it. So it's a really massive conundrum, very, very massive problem. Everybody who I'm talking to, whatever spider web or fuckery that was woven, it connects with everybody else who's in the Trojan 144,000. So this is a massive web of webs. We're all connected. All of our ops connected. It's the most illest, long game, hustler, every day I'm hustling type of situation we all signed up for a long time ago. So breathe. Remember, play this game out. Faith over worry. They just send anxiety shit to you. Let that fucking go. And the best way to let it go, you got crystal therapy. You bless your home for sure. Clear out the vibes. Go for a walk. Stay grounded. Get your black tourmaline and flip the situation. There's other crystals that will help protect you, like malachite. But getting out into the sunshine, getting out carefully, changing your route as best you can, whenever you can. I know a lot of us have North Node children that they be coming for. They be getting taught for that. They be in ICU for that. They got the Dutch cookie can for that. I'm hearing the Dutch cookie can. Don't have a stitch of cookies in that can, but they got all kinds of pressure pills, water pills, sugar pills. I'm an asshole for about 30, 40, 50 years. Pills. I played myself fucking with the right Trojan 1 pills. I'm on my way to fuck out because I'm an asshole. Pills. This was the Hunger Games. That shit was funny and sweet, but now I'm screwed. Pills. I done got the Plenta Prize, the Dutch cookie can. I won the Hunger Games Plenta Prize. And that is the Dutch cookie can with all them pills. And that's if you're lucky. If there's any luck left. Okay, so this... So we're gonna get it. Ooh, this is gonna be scandalous, y'all. How much minutes we in? All right, let's get to the point. This is boom, boom, boom. Bottom of the deck. It says, when you are not a rat, miracles abound. Gate of Zion is wide open. You have a lot of spirit, family, spirit, team, bloodlines protecting you. As your ops, both male and female, distorted emperor energy gets the fuck up out of here. Okay, so that's important to understand. My throat. Whew. So the karma, we're gonna go into the karma. Well, actually, let's go a little bit more about this real quick. Hold on. So that first card is definitely about your ancestors or the spirit team moving you from wherever you were living to wherever you got to go. And each place where you have been living at, you were in divine order of having to be there. Nothing's in vain. You didn't lose. You won. But there was a level of restriction and a need to keep you isolated in this home. There was infiltration into the home. All kinds of fuckery was going on in your home. This card, this oracle deck is how they really feel about you. What they've really been up to. So this person, Aleister Crowley energy, they torture animals. This particular person tortures animals. Very cruel to animals. Very cruel to innocent people. They like to torture, period. Give me another card on this, please. An alcoholic. Because I am a big fish only when I'm in a dirty pond. I am in prison, spiritual or physical, for coming for you. I might even do actual fed time. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to go more into that, but I just want to deal with these cards here. For the second one, Operation Ashley, trying to get you set up. They have an extinction level event. This is a Mothman rendering. This is actually one of the... There's two main Mothman species, but they have the different forms of morphing within each species. So far, I'm still learning, right? The number that goes with this, trying to set you up, is any variation of 114, 141, 411. Okay? Operation Ashley. So if you hear the word Ashley, if you see those numbers, that's people that were really a baby boomer, it says. So you got Generation X and baby boomer energy. Matriarchs is about to pass away. This is their karma. Male or female baby boomers, but I'm seeing a matriarch, somebody who raised this said asshole I'm talking about, is either in the grave or about to go. This is a nasty female. If anybody's watching Mobland, and you should, because that is a bomb series, boy. But that's prime right there when it talks about a matriarch raising a monster or what he's capable of. It says cop on cop, so we got good cop, bad cop. You know, there's a lot of foul shit going on in-house because there's a detox of all this negative and nasty energy. The force must be balanced out. This went on way too long, right? So it says the new age of sovereignty begins. And people don't like that. They wanted to rule over you. This is their life, their destiny. This is how they see value in themselves and being able to rule you. A unicorn, a Trojan one, you are definitely a unicorn, period. So to be such a rare and enchanting individual that they could tap into, and they're like a crackhead now, full abomination, but they can't stop they can't stop the crack. But the Kraken, the Kraken is on their way to them, another one. They have to return back everything they took. There's a boomerang of all the moon magic that was used to stop you when mess up your employment, mess up your relationships. They like to get poison into your food and beverage and all this, invite you out to put poison and stuff like that, and then in the background somebody's doing something to a voodoo doll to the heart, or they're doing some graveyard spell work, some heart attack spell work, and before you know it, they're in ICU. You feel it, and then it passes. And then some fly shit happen for you, doesn't it? You still progress. You still, you're out of cryostasis, so you're fully aware. You wouldn't trade this for the world, would you? Now that you're awake and fully aware of the real world. Okay. A demonic PDF file, getting caught the F up. This is in the second position. This nasty person who probably has an my throat. Oedipus, they're pissed. Oedipus complex. That's too out of order. That's why there's an extinction level event. That's why they're exiting out. Pedophilia or pedophile, excuse me, the PDF file already said it, fuck it, right? It was inflicted upon them. So there's a heavy deal of incest and stuff like that. You might have also been violated by the original. And this might be the same asshole that was in your house that I'm talking about. It may not be a duplicate or archetype that you've duplicated in your life out in the world. This could be the very said violator, Aleister Crowley type of dude or female that was in your house. I could be talking about that one. That's your arch nemesis. But that was your nemesis in your home. More than likely, this is a duplicate that the original prepared you to deal with, to bring a lot home. And let me say this, side note, people will say, you keep repeating the same mistakes. You keep choosing the wrong girl or the wrong dude. You keep this, that, then the third keeps happening in your employment. That's because these motherfuckers, or the one that's telling you this shit, is the one who's doing the spell work or calling up your job and getting you fired, or going up behind your back and telling a potential suitor or potential love that this, that, and the third, or starting shit between you and family members. This will be the one that is behind all of that, and that's the first one to talk that smack. First one to work together with family, with friends, neighbors, people you even went to high school with, just to get you caught up. They're caught up, so they're like, you got to be caught up. So now they're getting caught up for everything they've ever done to children, and this was done to them. Another card on this Operation Ashley. They're gonna get caught up. They placed recording devices in your home. Yes, they did. Yes, they most certainly did. I found one. It's a cute little souvenir, ain't it? Yeah. I was like, ain't this about a bitch? Thought they were slick with it too. Spirit family was like, here you go, hold that. I'm like, oh, look at this shit. How much have they unheard? Did they hear me say fuck you very much? And you want to sleep with your moms for real? Go sit down somewhere in hell. But you can't stay here in this matrix. This matrix is not tolerating you. Next position again, and let's talk about this one, Nutter Butter. But if you take a look, this is a very annoying law enforcer. He knows who he is. I'm so tired of you. What's wrong with you? Okay? There's a reason why, there's a whole story behind this, but we're not going to dive too deep into that unless it has some gems to offer to confirm or just, confirm. Yeah. So it says wilding out, but the pre-crime division of the Ark of the Covenant is on it. That's why you also are still alive. And this shit just keeps failing. Hell on earth, and there's police and anybody who's in on it turning against each other. So whoever is in secret society or coven with the corrupt police that has no accountability and has a rotten heart, right? See, again, on both sides of me, I have, law enforcement, and I have those who you would consider criminal. Neither one of them are breaking moral code. But if they break man-made laws, it's okay. You just, you reap what you sow. But the Ma'at scale is not going to process you out because you broke man-made laws. The Ma'at scale is going to process you out according to your heart and your works throughout all your different lifetimes. This particular asshole right here is very tenacious and has been helping, so he gets to go out too. This individual, I'm feeling heavy law enforcement, even feds. Whoever took an oath. This is Rosewood. It took one whore to wild out and set this shit off. All it took was one. Ill. Let me get a card on Captain Nutbutt. I'm a special evil. I'm a special kind of evil. Of course you are. Of course you are. Part of a whole evil community that has lost, heavy on the loss, right? Has lost, and now under investigation, full swing. Let me get another card on that. I have an STD, sadly, that I would spread to you knowingly if I could. I will be going to prison and hell for this. So we get to see already off the jump the level of karma coming in. This is a bona fide at the bottom of the deck. You're going to see what I'm talking about, this energy coming in. A bona fide hoarder. The home is filth, flarn, filth. I said filth, flarn, filth. It's giving a Bill Cosby energy. Again, pillar the community, but what you doing? And just like Bill, the disappointment and betrayal that we feel when we put somebody up on a pedestal, a father, this is the ideal father, Huxtables and all of this, and then boom, you put yourself in a situation that's crazy. Why? Some people will be like, have compassion and have a. I'm like, I'm getting the arrogance though. I'm getting the arrogance. We talked about compassion. I'll have compassion if I intuitively feel to be compassionate. If I don't feel it, that's a wrap. I'm not giving. We're not in the age of Pisces anymore, y'all, where we turn the other cheek and all this bullshit. And the age of Pisces was so grimy. People was able to get away with this shit. You cannot do it now. Training wheels off, act right, or get the fuck out. We're in the age of Aquarius-Capricorn. If that's not get the fuck out of here, if you don't know how to act right, I don't know what it is. Bonafide hoarder, home filth, mental illness, trying to take you out if you do not kowtow and serve them. Sit there and tolerate what they are doing to you, what they're sending to your children right now. Okay, let's pull out the karma cards and get a little bit more detail on these cards that are already placed out. The first position, again, the karma around the situation where you've had to be restricted for a time, but through that restriction, it's really hard to set you up for something crazy or do something to you, have you set up in the street for something bad to happen. But they are sending little peon fools around you just to send a message that you don't just get to enjoy life. People trying to steal from you, rob you, female, male, the dusty bottom workers, right? Sorry for the background noise. Okay, so let me get a karma card here. Okay, so showtime in the near future. Something to do with them. This card off the jump, I already know. This is for any slumlords that was dabbling and playing in this shit, marking your doorway, or not. Slumlords is, definitely. Slumlords. I'm hearing slumlords, landlords, or anybody that has been interfering with the stability of you having a home, a roof over your fucking head. Okay? Now, for you, their karma is for you. You get the 8 of Wands and the Star. The Star is 17. That's 8 energy. That's warp speed ahead, move, quantum leaps. You were stuck for a time, and now it's time to make a step. And that step will quantum leap you past so many people. They'll be like, never thought so-and-so could take it this far. That's what I'm hearing on the other side. So there's stardom energy, which they want to stop so damn bad, which they've been tapping into, which put them in a weird abomination type of energy. But circumstances are favorable for you. A sudden twist of fate for the best for you. This is a huge problem for them. We're dealing with men who, sexual deviance, brutal. It's showtime. Something is happening to them. There's a restriction. The illness. There's the illness. Because how I got this image of him, there's an African singer named Techno, and it's a song, I think it's called Mufasa. I am dyslexic, so I'll mess the name up. It could be Mustafa. But he's like, call me Mufasa. You know, I love it. The lyrics, call me Mufasa. But the video itself, he pulls up to a tent out in the desert, and he's arrogant. Got the expensive gear, the emperor type coat. You know what I'm saying? Just walking, on this red carpet, enters this tent, and there's a seer, there's a Trojan one up in there that he's getting a read from. But the thing is, the symbolism is, before he enters that tent, the weather is fine, the sky is clear, there's women dancing all around the tent. He goes in, and he's now tapped into something he shouldn't have been tapped into. So when he leaves, this is the beginning of a massive cataclysm. Your Eight of Wands for you is a horrible meteor shower for them. Okay? Woo! And 8 is karma, ain't it? Give me something on that meteor shower. Lay down your burdens and delegate to the heavens. And I've been getting that strong. So that's what really gives them such a razzat-tat-tat-ass. Be like, yo, Zion, avenge ye. That's my prayer, and it works. Zion, avenge ye. Thank you and please. I may be dyslexic, but I'm not going to get it twisted. You have manners and respect. So, and this is actually the 7 of Wands karma card. So you're being defended already. Ask for more. Ask for more. And this card comes out with them doing Fed time, prison. So you got prison, strong. This is part of the cataclysm. This is for tapping into you. Anything else? Give me one more karma card. Now you see moi. So now they're very much exposed. This is the Sun card. Very nice. Leo. Big up to all the Leos. And big up to the Lions of Judah. That lion energy. When it's distorted, though, y'all can get the fuck out my face, though. Y'all Leos have been very fresh. The ones that's been distorted. You've been very fresh. You're going to be the first ones marching out of here. You got to be careful, Leos. This is yet another warning. Yet another one. Go sit the fuck down. Because you're part of the world card. So let me explain it to you. You're part of the world card. You're one of the 4 fixed signs of that world card. You will be birthed out of time and space and put into a megalomaniac, quantum mania, new hell. VIP of hell so fast. Faster than a cat can lick his ass on a hot tin roof. So why don't you take that impetuosity and that you're the teenagers of the zodiac and need to calm the fuck down and grow the fuck up. I'm talking to the distorted Leos. Because y'all, it's a heavy, fiery energy here. It's Aries, it's Sag, it's Leo energy. Very strong with Taurus or the signs on either side. But, so in Leo season, okay, so Gemini, Cancer, and Leo season, we're going to see a lot of developments, a lot of exposing of good, as well as not so savory. It says, I know it's kind of worn down like ancient pipers, but it says super fucking protected. You guys are super protected. So release any kind of mental imprisonment energy. They, on the other hand, are going through a mental imprisonment energy. Sorry for that noise in the background. Okay, so the next position that we went over with the Mothman, this is, this is really bringing out the capacity to be the Aleister Crowley, like it's okay to violate children or other people. This is also the same ones that are capable of this don't have any problem in getting you set up to go into a prison because they're going. For you to go into a prison because they'll be damned if you're going to be up there smiling and kicking and acting your purpose. They don't realize you're a Trojan one. So it says, you're ready with beginner's luck. You're ready. This is their karma. While they're getting the F up, you are starting something fresh, a new project, right? Enjoy. Present it. And when you present the project, that's why you got too much to lose to react to people right now. Because they want you to react so that if you was to go to the police and snitch, right? If you were to call anybody, they already have things set up to fuck you up. So let the ancestors, let the spirit team get you out of the situation. Let them delegate this. Be like, can y'all fix this? And fix it with some stank on it. With a payload of plutonium. Yes, they will do it, and they will do it with fervor. Hannibal Lecter's type style. Folks are in a severe amount of problems coming for you as you do your project. So these are people of the past that are going to want to come back and be part of this or want to just stop you any means necessary, right? So here's the next thing about the recording devices in your home. Okay, so interesting. This is the karma card. It deals with a 10 of wands, heavy burden for them because of what you are doing on your phone. If you're uploading content, if you are just telling people in a support group, telling your psychiatrist, like for me, for instance, for me to talk about this, I'm putting the 10 of wands on people for communications, right? Also, you will be getting a phone call. You'll be getting communications that's giving you like a 6 of wands energy for you, which will be a 10 of wands for them. Because the 6 of wands, you are able to move forward out of restriction and away from any kind of plots that can get you caught up. That's why I said make the highest choices and also play out the clock. Do not engage with anyone. They need you to engage to put off their karma or you to get involved in the karma with them. You don't have to do that. For a long time, we all had to be in the tower with the people who we're delivering a tower to, that we were designed and preordained to bring a tower to. We don't have to do that shit no more. We're in a different physics. So now you can get that tower across town, across country, across the world. So a satisfactory exchange of tangible and intangible assets, financial give and take. So you'll be getting good news over the phone, or communications from the other side, your clear audience. You'll be getting confirmations. Your ancestors will lead you and protect you and make sure you have the employment you need, the home that you are going to, or they already got you the home that you're in right now, because you got good news coming through that phone, good communications. It also says 10 of wands for them, where the 10 of wands was on you. Now it's not. It's the 6 of wands. Very, very bright energy for you. Those 6 wands over there is 10 of wands, heavy burden that you are receiving or able to communicate. Remember, you're supposed to be restricted until you passed from being septic, toxic, overdose, all kinds of stuff, while they were doing magic to intensify whatever you physically ingested. Okay? The next card. Okay, so Ouroboros spell work. So they want to put you into, they have to pay for this. This is all backfiring. They've learned enough to know your hand, right? So that's why you don't make a move. They're handcuffed spiritually. It's only a matter of time before it's physical. They're trying to use spell work that is because you're too immune to a lot of the stuff that they've sent. what you have felt was allowed so that it can boomerang, so that you can transmute it. Spiritual burp confirmation. But there's plenty of stuff that they sent that you did not feel, and this is, somebody told them, this is, you have to give them this. This will fix them. This will fix them. No, it will not fix anybody. Go, you set your ass down. Who you talking to like this? You want to tell me to sit down? You little girl, you don't play with me. No. It's not little girl. It's high priestess, and it's also a Trojan one. You don't know what's coming out of me. You don't know what's gonna happen because you fucked with me. But it ain't good, and you don't have no answer for it. This bridge, because this is a bridge. This is heavy. This is San Francisco. San Francisco energy. Heavy witchcraft energy. Heavy. Heavy setting you up. Having you set yourself, having you go into this like, you just stay in the same old, they wanted you to stay in the same cycle. And they wanted you to go down like the cycle is cyclical, but you will go down into a toilet, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're cycling down. That's not for you. The Fibonacci sequence, the golden means, the spiral, it's a different age and a different physics. You can make that spiral go in other ways, man. It's now for new supernatural to be more present and more not hidden, and only for the privy, only for the initiated, only for the secret societies to know about the supernatural heavy presence on this planet. Now it's for everybody to wheel it. Okay? Wheel it properly, or you're fucked. Okay? But to use it to, like, no, you're not going to keep me stuck in this in an old loop, in an old paradigm that is not even linear. It's folded into a circle. I'm not even supposed to know that. I'm supposed to be thinking I'm moving forward, everything good, but it's going to be the same shit, the same. I'm still going to get fired out of nowhere, or I'm still going to lose my home because we've gone penniless because people have fucked with that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is some real cruel shit. Like these motherfuckers are so disrespectful that you don't ask me to have compassion for people who don't give two shits about you and yours. They don't give a fuck. It's where they want you. It's where they want you. Okay, and if they can't have you there, they want to set your ass up. I'm here in Washington. Could be the state or the city. Well, not the city. Washington, D.C. So the capital, or it could be the state, actual Washington. It's all up and down. I'm feeling the West Coast energy very strong. This her Pacific. There's bad landlords and there's bad tenants. Okay, I'm hearing bad tenants. And housing. It's a big deal about, autism. Not autism, like you ought to sit there and take being bullied. Autism. And we may have been raised up this way. Who I'm talking to a certain degree, as a scapegoat in our household. We had to, in order to have this hustle. Okay? So we had to be the people pleasing for a minute. A lot of us, especially when you reach my age, child, you don't got people please, get the fuck out my face. It's liberating to tell people to get the fuck up on out your face without even having to say a word. Your actions. Don't engage. Okay, the next. It says a special kind of evil. This is dealing with Captain Nutbutt. This is dealing with law enforcement that like to abuse, or anybody in authority that abuses it. Anybody. And I'm talking very mean. This is a mean-spirited. This strong masculine energy. The feminine energy around here that's part of their little pack. I'm hearing rats, greasy rats. Peanut butter. Peanut butter and rats. The end of that movie, Wanted. Was it Wanted? I think Common was in it. Morgan Freeman. Angelina Jolie. But the actor, I forget his name, who plays Xavier, the main, well, one of the co-stars, the protagonist, had to be awakened to his lineage, what he truly is capable of, and that is important. That's why he was so anxious. A lot of y'all are feeling that anxiety because it is, like I said, it's showtime. Everything you felt from a child, you knew something massive was going to happen. That your destiny, you're part of something massive. You knew this, you felt this. Whatever generation, whether I'm talking to Gen Z, I'm talking to Gen X, I'm talking to baby boomer, you knew something massive was happening. You could see it, especially us Gen Xers and Northa. We were able to see a lot of different changes, a lot of evolutions thus far, just in this small bracket of time on the planet, right? But you are anxious to a certain degree because this is a massive ongoing, because not because only somebody's sending that to you to put you in an Ouroboros, put you, your perspective in a situation where you're anxious. So you're only going to attract or manifest accordingly. In that movie, he gets initiated, and all of us have been, who I'm talking to. We've all been initiated. We all went through that rabbit hole. There's trinities and neos and stuff. Emperor, God, Empress, Goddess, plenty of that, high priestesses and stuff like that. This is what it is. This is where we at. But at the end, he had to defend and become sovereign. And he used rats to do it. And we use rats. That's what I done heard. There's some ratting out. There's a lot of ratting out. They wanted you to rat, though. You know who I'm talking to. They wanted you to rat. But you're smart because your people's already told you and you're highly intelligent. They keep thinking you're stupid. They wanted you to rat because if you go and pick up that fucking phone or take your ass to some type of law enforcement location, it's going to blow up in your face. They rigged it so. Have the ancestors, have the spirit team. This is Pele. She said, let me handle it. This is for the pure evil eye and deadly jealousy. From individuals who want your life, everything about it, want your blessings, that breeds, know what you have to offer the world and want it. This has been, the spiritual warfare has always been rooted in dangerous, deadly jealousy. It is always about the competition, the greed for certain energies. Energy. Period. So for that special, it says, I'm a special kind of evil, Captain Nutbutt, Agent Nutbutt, Officer Nutbutt. It says, I'm a special kind of evil, a part of a whole evil community that has lost and is now under full investigation, full swing. And Pele is just like, I don't like bullies. That's how I became the Hawaiian goddess Pele. I was bullied into this position. So what you think I'm going to do? Now that fire is how everybody exits. Who ain't supposed to be here no more. Cutting up and acting the fool. Let me get another card in that special kind of evil. Okay, so the star in reverse. All hope is gone. Their hope is gone. They're special kind of evil. Who the fuck is they to have hope? You don't get to have hope. Just slap that hope out your hand. Now coming for this Trojan one. All of us Trojan ones got something about us. You come to me playing yourself and wanting to do the most and the worst. You come to me, I'm where all hope dies for you. Every Trojan one got something that you should not be fucking with. At least one something that's very, very lethal and you don't have an answer for. Come to me, Omega, and you will cease to have hope. But what you will have is a whole war system coming for that ass. You don't come for Trojan ones. You don't do that. You don't come for us. We are mastery. We are weapons utilized by those on the other side. We are intricate weapon. Ooh, Western. Weapon. It's an old Western. Wild, Wild West. It is Each and every last one of us. War systems, weaponry systems. So there's different variants and degrees to us. So that's why you want us to fuck ourselves, right? Whatever. Get out of here. Masteries. This is balance achieved for us. Illumination achieved for us, which is nothing but bringing down the kingdom of heaven for them. A big problem. That means the status quo is different on this planet now. And it's going to get even more prevalent how that status quo. I don't know what they're waiting for. I guess they're like, you gave us all these warnings and we keep getting sick and there's people dying. Yeah, we did have a funeral last week. Somebody made fucked up potato salad. I don't know who gonna make the potato salad for the funeral we're having next week, but listen, we're still gonna do what we want to do to you. Okay. Next card, please. Gemini. Make the highest choices possible in order for favor, and lots of them. So this season of Gemini that we're currently in, even though this is a timeless read, this is a very, very interesting time. You have to choose wisely, choose high, not low. Choose with faith, and there'll be favors and lots of them. Keeps you on the tree of life. The Lover's card, a Gemini card, that's also a humanity card. It's love for yourself and love for others on all levels, all the way to your kingdom spouse. From humanity, children, all that. Kingdom spouse, okay? King him, king her spouse. So you have kingdom spouses. I'm hearing, so you have kingdom spouses. Folks, they got a problem with us having spouses, the children ones, to be spoused up. You're not supposed to be spoused up, I'm hearing. Anyway, so their karma for having STDs, that they want to spread knowingly, that they're going to go to prison for that. There's a lot on the table for going to prison. Plots that have failed, illumination of previous cold case is warming up. It ain't cold no more. They're thawing out. Some are heating up. Y'all keep playing. And y'all going to keep playing. I'm banking on it. Okay, they have to pay for this. You see this jellyfish? This is bottom of the deck vibes, right? This is harassing you in a dream state to do womb raiding and cause vaginal issues to procure more Whoa, they don't want me to talk about this. Finances, fuck it. Finances, fuck it. Finances. They're mad that they can't get none. These nasty motherfuckers. And they'll make a sexy time with anything. A literal hole in the wall. A container of peanut butter. It's so nasty and smelly. But this will cause vaginal issues, fibroids. Because they've done this to you, arrest. This is arrest. What they're doing in the dream state, people will be like, how can they get arrested for attacking me in a dream state? Because there's so much goulash and fuck shit that they have been sending out that has boomerang back, that they can easily get arrested at any moment for any situation, the same way they put that spell work out on you. That's what I'm telling you. You don't engage. But these people are volatile. These people have bipolar disease that they're not treating and addressing and getting the support that they need for. This is a catastrophe, a cataclysmic extinction level event, because as you can see with this read, they've done way too much, and tapping into you, that alone is enough to cause them such a cataclysm. The Eight of Wands, they want to stop you from having that ability to have that kind of energy. The 8, good karma energy. Whether it's a 17, the star 8, whether it's a 26, 8, 35, 8, whether it's the 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups, whatever the case, that 8 is working for you, whereby there was a season of feast, there was a season of famine. That is a season of feast. These motherfuckers are going insane. They refuse to take this utter loss and get lost. Nope. They want to continue. And they're going to end up in prison. There's a mental prison already. Some of them are already in prison. Some of them are going. Some of them need hospice or is about to. There's a lot of terminal illness, and they don't have accountability. So there's more karma to come that I'm not even. They're blocking it. They're telling me, and there's some other shit because it's all about the cracking. Heavy emphasis on the cracking because of the spiritual spinal bifida. The lack of accountability because they don't take account. If they did, it would fall back. If they were capable of accountability, they probably wouldn't have involved themselves on any level at all, from flying monkey to the main ringleader. Now, this main ringleader is screwed. His beta screwed. The beta could be injured, jumped, beaten, got his ass whooped. If not, it's coming. And there's a level of desperation from these. This is greedy, entitled. They're saying the world tells me because of the way I look, regardless of race, because of the way I look or what I was born through or whatever the case, whatever my karma has brought me into this world and has formulated me in, I'm going to be angry at everybody because of it. Because my spirit chose to come through a black man, I want to wild out. Because my spirit chose to come through a white guy who is still dealing with restriction and not white privilege, I'm going to lash out. There's a level of entitlement. There's a spectrum of entitlement that is ridiculous, that will get your ass caught up. We can't be entitled. It's not who owes us, it's what we owe to the world to be as fly and as incredible as we are. Period. That's what the fuck you see here. That's the strength card, the 8th level of the major arcana. This is the real truth. I ain't gonna lie to you. Thank you for tuning in. I will have more updates on the karma that they're receiving. There's more coming that I'm not privy to right now. But I can get an idea. Like I said, this is a hoarder. This is someone greedy. This is someone who probably does not wash his ass. So when he gets up, it smells like a bad BBL. And on that note, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate your energy. I really appreciate you tuning in. And definitely getting this video to whoever's supposed to hear it. If it's only supposed to be 5 people, then that's it. And then that's it. Well done. Take care, y'all.